It's a little bit later today because they said it was going to be cloudy. It's come down to what's on the pond, as you can see. Stone chat's turned up to say hello right next to it. I'll try and keep it out of the wind because it's very windy today. As you can see, the pond is being filled up slowly. I've had to bring 4 or 5 of these down today. It's been very sunny, so it's taken about 200 litres of water today. I've cleaned up. Hey, little stone chat. Look at this. Less than half a metre away from me, the little stone chat's turned up. Absolutely beautiful. So friendly. He's come in to see if there's any food, which I'll give him in a minute. I'm going to do a bit more cleaning up of the pond this morning, and then I'm going to set up and do a bit of photography. So we still haven't started work yet, so it's still one of those days where I've not really got much else to do, so I'll make the most of it. I don't think there'll be much round today, but we'll see. Well, within a couple of seconds of being in the hive, the magpies are here already. I thought I'd put a little bit of food out for the stone chats, but the magpies managed to get it first. They must literally watch the area and see what happens. There's not much, so they shouldn't stay too long. Hopefully I'll get some of the others in. But there was a Thecla's lark here a couple of seconds ago as well, but these are the ones that obviously have no fear whatsoever. The linnets have come straight in for a drink as well. That's nice. One at the back, one at the front, female here, and for a bit of food. Our little stone chat's come down as well. There she is. That's nice. I'm pleased. Great. At least they got a bit of food straight away before the other ones have finished everything. The frogs are starting their morning chorus as well. And there's only 1 or 2 magpie now, so that's pretty good. Okay. Nice start to the day anyway. The Thecla's lark come down for a drink. There's no water in the area other than the pond today, because the last 2 or 3 days have dried up the area, so hopefully the birds should all be coming in for a drink today. Oh, little greenfinch has come down. Normally they don't come till a bit later, but for some reason he's come down early. He came down for a drink and he's looking for some food as well, so most of the normal birds is always around. I don't see much else being around today, but it's still worth being here. It's always lovely. Just watching the behaviour of the birds is wonderful. Little male stone chat's turned up now, just sitting there on the perch. Lovely little bird. Female was here earlier, as you saw, but well, the male's always around as well. Normally always a pair at the moment. Beautiful. Corn bunting has come and perched on one of the sticks just over to the side, above the bush. They do love the high points. They normally sit there singing for quite a while. This one seems very quiet at the moment. Mind you, it's pretty early morning. I think it's only about 9:30, 9:45, so we'll see what happens. Maybe he'll start making his normal screeching song soon. And the blackbird is in. There's only 1 of them at the moment this morning. I don't know where the other 4 or 5 are. And there's been quite a few around lately. This is one of the older ones. You can tell by the colour. There's no white on the chest at all. And the feathers are very well. It's definitely a second year or third year bird. Maybe one of the younger ones will come in later. Well, the one magpie that was in earlier has gone off, and as you can see, called his friends. There must be 1, 2, what have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, maybe 14 here at the moment. And that's it. Most of the food's gone now. Oh, there's an unusual visitor for the pond. Got a collared dove come down. It's not very often they actually come to the pond. Oh, that was a nice surprise. And it's actually coming down for a drink. Wow. That's one of the first times they've actually come this close to the pond. Normally they stay away in the field over the back, but obviously there's no water around, so they're down here for a drink today. Beautiful bird, the collared dove. There's 2 of them here actually. There's one over to the right and there's this one at the pond. Nice little surprise, unusual. Very common bird in the area, but as I said, not very often to come to the pond. Beautiful. Now the female blackbird has come down now. You can see by the dark brown colour rather than the black of the male. Very distinctive difference between the 2. Especially once you start to see them. At a distance it might be a bit difficult, but once you get to see them close it's quite easy to distinguish the 2 between the dark black and this sort of dark brown of the female. Or you just come for a bath. Yeah. Lovely. Beautiful bird. There you go. That's both the male and the female that have been down now. Probably some of the young from the first brood, or the first breed from this year. The ones I have at home are actually on their second nest this year. The second breed have already hatched. So I presume these ones are doing the same. They normally have 2 or 3 broods a year, one after the other, the blackbirds. They only have 2 or 3 birds each time, or young. But the last ones that were here at the pond were obviously the 3 young ones that come recently are obviously from the first batch. Let's see if they come today. Oh, my little friend the sparrow's turned up. There you go, beautiful. As you know, my favourite little bird, the sparrow. Such a character. I'm so pleased he's found this pond. He's a regular visitor now. Oh, beautiful. We've actually got a hoopoe turned up. Another quite rare visitor to the pond. They're often around the area, but you very rarely see them at the pond. He's just landed right next to the hide. Such a stunning looking bird, this. Beautiful colours, beautiful crest that pops up every now and again on the head. Lovely bird. Seems a day for some of the more rarer birds in the area, or the rarer common birds turning up at the pond. As I said, the water's drying up around the area, so this is basically the only water here. This is when the pond, or the little watering hole, starts to become good again. Beautiful bird though, the hoopoe. Absolutely beautiful. It's a lovely surprise to have. Oh, the tawny pipit's just shown up. didn't see him the other day, but he's back again. Still around in the area. Beautiful bird, the tawny pipit. Similar to the Richards, but a little bit smaller and more delicate. The same lanky legs. Beautiful little bird. Nice to see him today. Beautiful. I'm surprised. I thought the migratory birds had actually moved through, but obviously not. Well, the hoopoo is back, and he's sitting right down in front of the hide. It's literally less than a couple of meters away. Cleaning himself. It's unusual for them to come this close to the pond. Obviously, they're a very timid bird, these. Obviously has no fear today, because I'm on my own today, and the hide is well camouflaged, so although he's only less than, 2 meters, 2.5 meters, maybe 7 feet away, he can't actually even see. The hide just looks like a bush here, so he's quite at home and quite comfortable. Nice to see him. He's a beautiful looking bird. And the collared doves are back again. What a strange day. First time I've seen them come down to the pond like this. So, very nice to see. The hoopoo and the hoopoo's still on the left, the collared doves are on the right. Very strange. The magpies, as always, are in the middle, trying to scavenge up the last little bit of food. But what an unusual day. Seeing some of the common but the more rare birds coming to the pond, or the rarer birds to the pond, although they're not rare birds. The hoopoo and the collared doves. Lovely. Makes a change. It's nice to see them here. They seem to really have found a nice, they seem to be really enjoying the pond today, the collared doves. So nice to see. Maybe they're going to be more regular visitors now as well. Would be nice. They don't seem to be at all phased by the magpies, obviously, because they're quite a big bird. Looks like a male and a female here, by the two completely different sizes. One's much plumper than the other, so I presume it's a male and a female dove. Beautiful though. Absolutely beautiful to see them. Such a beautiful bird, even though they're quite common. Lovely to see. They seem quite interested with the pond, coming for a drink. Well, great. That's nice to see. Oh, beautiful. The blackbirds come in for a bath. It's always lovely to watch this. They always make such a fuss over having a bath, the blackbirds. Lovely. corn bunting just coming across the front of the screen there. So he's getting in the way, but never mind. I'm just going to watch the blackbird finish the bath. Beautiful. Oh, goldfinch have finally turned up. It's the first time I've seen them. It's 1 o'clock now. And just a couple of them have turned up for a drink. They normally come round about midday, but they're very late today, which is not that hot. So, anyway, they've come in for the drink and they're going again. That's basically all of the local birds today, plus a few of the more locals that are very rarely seen at the pond, which has been good today. If I'm not mistaken, the bunting is back over the back as well. Yep, the corn bunting is back for a drink over the back. Oh. The only thing missing today is the serin and the cell bunting, but haven't seen either yet. Well, it's coming up just past 1 now, 1:15. I've been here about 4.5 hours today. It's been beautiful, but a little bit of fine clouds, so it's actually been quite good for photography because the light hasn't been casting that many shadows today. So it's been very nice for photography. Not a great deal around other than the special birds that came in, a couple of the special birds. The tawny pipit's still one of the migratory birds around. And the hoopoe, which was a lovely surprise. Normally they only stay in the fields over the back. Nice to see them at the pond. And also the collared doves. Again, a common bird, but nice to see at the pond. As you saw, some nice footage of both today. Anyway, I'm going to call it a day now. If you've enjoyed the video, as always, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Subscribe, or hit the subscribe button so you won't miss any updates of the birds coming through. And obviously, everyone have a lovely day and take care. Bye.